Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday evening. I missed a week, but I am back. It is a little after 8 o'clock. Of course, I'm on time, right? It's on time. We're on time. It's 8-ish Eastern. Every Tuesday is when I go live to answer your questions about health and fitness. It has been a very interesting week. I did not get a chance to review and give you guys any testimony. I don't even know what the word is, any recap of the conference 2 weeks ago. It was absolutely phenomenal. A lot has happened since then. Primarily, I'm just getting over COVID. So that's always fun. I got it. I came down with it a couple days after the conference was over. Ended up, I've been home pretty much for 7 days now. This is the most I've been able to talk out loud today. I did some videos today. Actually feel pretty good. A little bit of the phlegmy, tight chest. It's hard to inhale a lot, like super, like take a deep breath. Um, but I feel much better. I feel fantastic compared to how I felt like 3 days ago. All the body aches are gone, the chills and the hot and the cold and the it hurt to touch my skin, all that kind of stuff went away. I did not have a lot of uh, issues. It's weird. I've had COVID 3 times. The first time I had it was the worst. That was 2020 before we even knew what it was. Um, and I was literally, I could not get off the couch for over almost 4 days straight. I was not even strong enough to get up off the couch. Like I was done. I was out. And it's been fairly mild compared to that the last couple of times I've had it. This time I felt great. Like I had energy pretty much the whole time. The only thing that really hit me was the pain, the aches and pains. Every muscle in my body hurt. Uh, like I said, it hurt to touch my skin. It was hard to take a shower because the water hitting my skin hurts. Like it was painful. Um, that was probably the biggest thing. I had like 2 days where I didn't want to do anything. But other than that, I'm doing great. So compared to those 2 days, I feel absolutely fantastic. I went for a walk. I don't know if it was yesterday, or the day before, like a 20-minute walk outside. First time I've been outside all week. Got some sun, and then I wanted to take a nap. It is amazing how not doing anything, being sick, particularly with this virus, coming back out of that, I was exhausted after a 20-minute walk, like leisurely walk around the pond. Just got some sun, and I wanted to come back in and go to bed. But that's what it is. What's up, MJ? What's going on? Bubbles has rules. Melissa, what's going on? See, now I know who you are, MJ. We met in person. Bubbles has rules. This is fantastic. I love actually being able to know people. Now, that being said, why do I know people? Because I met you people, all of these people, at Antithetic Baltimore a couple weeks ago, which I have to be honest with you guys, the amount of everything that happened at that conference was far above and beyond what Nat and I even expected it was going to be. Okay. We were hoping initially, like I said, when we were talking about it when we were there, this was like kind of a whim. Like I've been challenged to do it a couple of years ago. It was one of those things like, there's no way I could ever do this. Who would want to come to something that I put on? And the combination of being challenged, number one, it helps to be challenged. Number two, having tried to make connections for a couple of years since being challenged, right? Dr. Barry challenged me a couple of years ago and said, hey, what's going on? When are you going to have a conference in your area? And I kind of chuckled, laughed, ha, 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 but it did plant a seed. And over the years, I've tried to make connections with people, other coaches, other influencers, people in the area, try to find Facebook groups, do meetups, like trying to do different things to kind of see who's even out here following a keto carnivore lifestyle. And nothing I ever did really stuck. I couldn't find people that were interested. We did a hike one time. We got on meetup and we did a keto adventures, right? Planned this whole hike out at Patapsco, and we had 6 or 7 people sign up and show up. None of them were keto. They just did it because it was a hike. So it was like, okay, well, that kind of defeated the purpose. We had a good time. We met some new people, but we're looking for people that are in our community, and we just weren't able to get anything to happen. So when we decided a very short time ago to say, hey, let's just do this and see what happens, we were hoping, right? We said in our head, we said, okay, if we could get 100 people, that would be awesome. We'll probably end up getting between 50 and 75, right? That's the expectation. We're going to shoot for 100. We'll try to get 50, 75. In that planning, we actually said, okay, we're going to overcompensate. Let's see if we can get 150, and then maybe we'll get 100. And guess what, guys? We had 100 people. We had 100 people for our first event. We had 6 speakers, something like that. But more importantly, than the number of people, because it was the quality of the openness, the quality of the search and seeking for information, the quality of the community and the communication and the networking and the connections that everybody made is what made that event absolutely freaking amazing. Being able to walk around and see people. Here's what got it for me. I'm just going to jump right into that. 72% of everybody that came to the conference, and this is just of the people that responded to our survey, I think it was actually higher, 72% or more, I'll say, of the people that came to the event had never been to a keto conference event before. Okay, so we were able to meet a huge need by having something in the Mid-Atlantic. Over 70, so that means over 70, we had 100 people, over 70 people out of those 100. Okay, and I think it was more because when we asked for people to raise their hands at the time, it was almost it looked like it was almost every hand in the room. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if everyone had filled out that survey, if we were really at like 80-85% of the people that showed up had never been to a conference before, because it was always too far away, too long of a weekend, whatever it may be, the time of year, who knows what. But being local and being able to meet that need and give people in the area an opportunity to meet other people that were in the area, and network and connect, and it was just absolutely amazing. We had some people. Check this out. This is cool. We had one couple who bumped into their neighbor that they've been neighbors to 2 houses down. So one house apart between the two of them, bumped into their neighbor. They've been neighbors for over 10 years and had never talked to each other. They've seen each other, wave, how you doing? I know your car, I know your face, whatever. We're not really, buddy. We're not coming over and hanging out and drinking beers. Okay. But they came to the conference and their neighbor's sitting at a table with them. It's like, what? That's hilarious. Right? That's awesome. That was Karen. So that is what this was all about. The information, the speakers, we really appreciate all the speakers. We wanted to do things a little bit differently with this conference than a lot of conferences. So we asked all the speakers to provide not just their slides and the information, but also to have some kind of a handout or worksheet or something that people could bring home and have as a tool that they could use when they got home to take the information and actually try and apply it to their life. Okay. That was something we wanted to do that was different. That was fantastic. So I don't know if any of you guys that were at the conference, feel free to comment on what your experience was. We did a survey. Like I said, we had a very high percentage of people that filled out the survey. The response was overwhelmingly positive. We have to thank the DoubleTree Marriott in Columbia for really going above and beyond. We asked them, and we were very hard on them when it came to food preparation and things like that. They did an absolutely fantastic job meeting all of our requirements. There was nothing that they served that we wouldn't eat ourselves. And that was one of the requirements we had for our venue. We wanted to make sure that any food that was going to be served was stuff you guys didn't have to. We didn't want to have you come to a venue, get food served, and then you have to worry about, is this something I can eat? Does this have seed oils? What's the carbs in it? All the things, right? So we told them, no added sugars, all natural, no seed oils. If you're going to cook, please use real butter. And we explained real butter. We want real butter, not the canola butter oil mix, that kind of stuff. We want actual real butter, right? We had heavy cream for the coffee. They allowed us, which is amazing. Redmond Real Salt donated the salt that was used in all the cooking. So we didn't even have to worry about the salt that they were using to flavor the food when they were prepping it, whether it was table salt or any of that other kind of stuff, because we actually got Redmond to donate the salt. They used the Redmond salt in everything. The chef went above and beyond and actually made some keto cloud bread with egg whites and cream cheese, just as an extra, because he's a fan of keto, and he's like, hey, you guys will probably want some of this. I'll throw that on there. That was just extra that he felt like offering for us. So there was a bunch of cool stuff. We had a great time, and we really appreciate everybody that showed up. We appreciate our volunteers that came and helped, and we appreciate all the speakers for coming and donating their time and helping to give you guys information, help you on your journey. So it was fantastic. We already have next year's date set aside. So if you guys want to set aside the date, it is July 26th through the 28th, 3 days, July 6th through the 28th next year. Okay. It'll be in the Columbia, Maryland area. We don't know if it'll be in the same place because we have some things that we want to do to expand and add to the value that we may not be able to do in a hotel specifically. We may find some kind of a convention center or some other place to host where we can have a little more flexibility with the things we want to do. But we've got some big plans that we're already started working on what we're going to do next year. So it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. I hope you guys save the date and make sure you bring a friend. We're going to have probably a few more tickets. One of the things we want to make sure is we do not want this to become a giant thing. We'll probably keep next year, and then from there forward, we'll probably keep it at 150. 100 was great. We didn't know if we could get 100, but since we've got 100, we definitely think 150 would be a really good, sweet number to have. Make sure we get some good community and allow some new people to show up that maybe weren't able to come this year. So that's what we're looking for next year. So that being said, what questions do you guys have? What's up, Kay Newman? That was your first, let's say, Kay Newman says, that was great. I never had that type of experience before. I always had to ask what's in the food. Yes, I always have to ask for heavy cream. It was awesome. It was fantastic, wasn't it? And that was good heavy cream too. I might have had like 3 cups of coffee with that. Yes, Bubbles has rules. That is correct. Keto bread. It's funny. I don't know why or who spelled that card, but that was how they spelled keto on the card for the bread, the cloud bread. Thought that was kind of funny. It was good though. It was like, I think he didn't intend it to come out, but it really came out. It was almost like cheesecake. It wasn't even like cloud bread. It was almost like cheesecake. It was super good. All right. So what kind of questions you guys have for me tonight? All right. Like I said, we missed a week. I am probably not going to be on for a full 45 or so minutes or longer, because the more I talk, the more my throat is going to start bothering me. But I do want to answer questions for you guys. So how are things going? What are you working on right now? What questions do you have from a nutrition perspective, a fitness exercise perspective, a mindset perspective? What are some challenges you're dealing with? How can I help you get around them? Any and all or of the above. Okay. Feel free to ask whatever questions you have. In case you didn't notice, I am only doing this on YouTube tonight. In order to simplify things and allow myself a little bit more less stress while I'm doing this, I'm just focusing on doing this on YouTube tonight. I will probably go forward and just do this on YouTube. So I usually do YouTube and Facebook and Instagram all together. I got all this stuff going on. What I'm doing now is we're going to do it on YouTube, and I'm just going to post a reminder on Instagram and a reminder on Facebook to tell everybody to come here and watch. Partially because it's easier for me to just have it in one spot. And then also it's really annoying for those people that come in on Facebook for me not to know who they are, because Facebook doesn't transfer the name. It just says Facebook user. So I'm talking to some general person. I'd like to know at least some kind of information about who I'm talking to. So this prevents that from happening. Everybody comes to YouTube and everybody gets to chat. Deb is asking a question. This is a good question. I keep hearing about zone 2 training. What are the thoughts? And isn't that the same as LISS? Yes, it basically is the same as LISS. Not exactly, but basically. It is low intensity, moderate cardio. Conversational cardio is what we call it, where you're basically doing enough to make your body have to oxidize fuel because you're utilizing enough energy to have to replenish. But it is not really conditioning per se. It is used as a way to burn fat. Okay. Here's my take on that. It's great. It's a great way to go out and get some sun. Okay. We need vitamin D. You need sunlight. You need fresh air. You want to get some grounding in, go for a walk outside in the grass barefoot, walk around for 15, 20 minutes, have a conversation with somebody, listen to a podcast, whatever it may be. That is absolutely freaking awesome. Anything that we do specifically as a way to optimize fat burning is going to waste your time because it only works while you're doing it. Okay. So if you want to utilize exercise as a way to improve your body fat loss, then the best way to do that is to do it in a way that allows your body to function more efficiently and to do extra things that require energy even when you're not specifically doing activity. Okay, so build lean mass. Build lean mass, your base metabolic rate will go up. The amount of energy that your body requires to function throughout the day will go up, whether you're doing something specifically for it or not. Okay, so when it comes to cardio, you have to keep doing more in order to get the same level of benefit. Okay, so I like to say that cardio is simulating an efficient metabolism. If you actually want an efficient metabolism, you need to build muscle and build an efficient metabolism. Okay, so functional movement, high intensity work, and building muscle through resistance training is what you need to do if you actually want long-term sustainable fat loss. Okay, hope that answers that question, Deb. Right? It's great. It's not, I think it's something everyone should do. Okay. Zone 2 cardio is something everyone should do. You know, if you want to do it a couple of times a week, again, using it as a way to get some sun, get some grounding, get some fresh air, that type of a thing. But just going down into your workout room and walking for 45 minutes on a treadmill at a zone 2 just to lose fat, that time would be much better spent doing some squats, doing some push-ups, doing some pull-ups, doing some rows, doing some sit-ups, doing something that's actually going to build muscle. Okay. The level of effort from a cardio perspective is going to be very similar if you're lifting weights intensely as if you're doing zone 2 cardio, but you're also going to get the added benefit of improved central nervous system performance because you're moving your body, you're working on your coordination, your balance and things like that, and improved function through strength and moving your body in all the different ways that we can move our body. So full body functional resistance training is always going to beat cardio, always, when it comes to improving your quality of life, every single time. Hope that answers that question for you, Deb. Let's see what other questions we got here. We got Deb, just finished your book and wow, it was powerful. Oh, Deb, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Deb says, no question, but I just finished reading your book and wow, it was powerful. If anyone hasn't read it already, I highly recommend it. Thank you very much, Deb. That means a lot to me to hear. I am very blessed whenever people read my book. Again, it's one of those things where I have to remind myself, like, oh crap, I did that. You know, like I wrote a book, and I wrote a book, and I have another book that I'm working on. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I appreciate that. And if you could do me a favor, definitely go write a review on Amazon for anybody that has read my book. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that have read the book. I don't have nearly as many reviews as I'd like to see on Amazon. So if you guys could please go to Amazon. If you bought the book, write a review. It'll show up as review from a verified purchaser. And then the more of those we have, the more value. I don't know if you guys realize this. People read reviews. Okay. There's a thing on all the reviews that talks about, did you find this review helpful? And there are a lot of people that look at reviews that check, yes, I found this review helpful. It is one of the best things about Amazon in general is that people leave reviews. So if you haven't, please go leave a review so that people can see what your perspective was on why they should read the book. I really appreciate that, Deb. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Juju B says, what's up, coach? What's up, Juju B? On the book, since publishing, anything you change? Ooh, YVM. Good question. I have to think about that. On the book, since publishing in 2022. So I published in April, I believe, of last year. So it's been a little over a year and a couple months since I published the book. Is there anything that you would change on it at all? Or all of it? No, I would not change. I would not change all of it. Is there anything that I would change? Honestly, no. The only things that I would change in the book is, except I would change this for the book, but I don't think it goes in that book. And that's a lot of what I'm putting into this next book that I'm working on. And that's a lot more of the principles and concepts behind why these things, why the ketogenic diet works, why functional fitness training works, what it is about mindset and how to think about your progress in your journey. So much more the mindset concepts and principles around understanding and implementing health and fitness in your life, that I would add to it. There is nothing in there that I would change, right? There might be some wording things and some grammatical stuff that I've caught over the year, and some minor, maybe clarify a point, things like that. But from the meat, pun intended, from the meat of the book and the message of the book and the things that I talk about in the book, I wouldn't change anything. I think it's crazy how when you set your mind to put something out and you're clear about the message you want to send, if you can maintain that vision throughout the process, then the end product should send that message. And I think the book does a really good job talking about the things that I really wanted to talk about in that book. So no, I wouldn't change anything other than adding to it, but that's why you just write more books. Maribel says, still learning, struggling. Okay. Let's see. Maribel says, hello, saw you on Reversed. Hey, that's awesome. I'm so happy to be a part of that and instantly followed you. Instantly. That's awesome. I love it. New to carnivore and I have my struggles, but I'm still learning. Good. We're all still learning. Every single one of us is still learning. It never ends. Struggling with sugar cravings and not eating enough, stuck in counting calories. All right. There's a couple of things going on there. The struggle of being stuck in the mindset of using calories for everything. I totally get that. I have conversations almost daily with people about why we don't want to do that and how that's really limiting your mindset. So just remember that calories don't mean anything. They are a fictional number and they don't represent anything that's applicable to your health. Okay. In fact, the more we focus on calories, the less nutrition we actually get. Because what we have to do is we have to decrease or increase, right? The only way we get enough, here, let me rephrase that. The only way we get enough nutrition by looking at calories is if we eat in what we call a surplus when we talk about calories. If you're ever in a deficit and you're looking at total calories, I guarantee you're not getting enough nutrition because you're either getting not enough protein or not enough fat. And either of those two getting under what you need is malnutrition. Okay. So being able to look at things from a functional nutrient and a fuel nutrient, right? Or a fuel calorie or functional calorie perspective and looking at what do these things do in my body when I eat them? Because most of it's not fuel, right? A good percentage of the protein that you eat has nothing to do with fuel, right? There's a small percentage of protein that actually gets turned in and utilized as fuel. Most of the fat that you eat is used as fuel, but there's a small percentage of it that is not. There's a much of it is used for things like structuring your cell walls and hormones and a bunch of other things. So we need fat for things other than fuel. We need protein for things other than fuel. So we can't look at everything that we eat as if it was fuel. It doesn't work that way. So that's just something to think about. Just keep reminding yourself that calories don't matter. Calories don't matter. How much food are you actually eating? That's what makes the difference. How much protein are you getting? Measure the protein in grams. How much fat are you getting? Measure the fat in grams. If you're eating your fat and you're gaining weight, you're gaining fat on your body, you might want to drop your fat down a little bit. Okay. If you're going to the gym and you don't feel like you're getting stronger, if you don't have a lot of energy, if you feel like you're lethargic or you don't have, maybe your hair is not doing what you want it to do, you're losing your hair, you got thin hair, those are signs of under intake, under eating protein. So increase your protein, right? So just thinking about, give your body what it needs. It needs protein, it needs fat. They have nothing to do with each other. None of it has anything to do with calories. So that'd be the first thing to think about. Struggling with sugar cravings and not eating enough. Okay. There's a bunch of things that go into that. The not eating enough part, again, if you can get away from thinking about calories, that may help. Thinking about, I need to feed myself nutrition. Okay. That's where macros come into play. Macros are not calories. Okay. That's where macros and giving yourself enough food comes in. Tracking the amount of food is where that comes into play. Sugar cravings. The number one thing I'll tell you, the best way to get rid of sugar cravings, okay, the best way to not get rid of them, the best way to help yourself manage the cravings, okay, manage your response to the cravings, because the cravings themselves are here. So that's internal work you have to do. But managing your environment is something that you have to do as a sugar or carb addict, okay? Get rid of everything. That's my recommendation. Okay. I am an abstinence person. I do not moderate. It has to be out of sight. Otherwise, it's going to get eaten. Okay. And I think many people are like that. It's like an alcoholic. You don't tell an alcoholic they can keep a bottle of wine in the fridge. They can get rid of everything, but it's okay to have that bottle of wine in the fridge, or that beer, or that whiskey, or whatever it may be. Okay. If someone's trying to cut the habit, then you have to remove the option for that habit. So that would be my first recommendation. If you have stuff in the house, get rid of it, lock it up, give it away, throw it away, whatever you got to do. And then secondly, eat more meat. Okay. One great way, and this is just a general option, something for you could try. Okay. One great way to get rid of cravings is to stuff yourself with meat. Okay. And then if you have a craving, eat more meat. You're going to get to a point where you just don't want anything anymore. And you've gotten more nutrition and you've solved the other issue of not eating enough at the same time. So if you're not hungry for meat, then you're not hungry for anything. And that's a mindset you could probably try to set. And that may help you out, Maribel. Okay. Hope that helps you all a bit. Thanks for commenting, and hope you enjoyed Reversed. It was a blast to do that. Why VM? That was a great question about the book. Tell you about the new book. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about the new book yet. Like I said, a little bit. Okay. It's going to be, there's, oh boy, there's actually 3 new books. I have a list of book ideas. There's one that I have drafted probably 95% of the book. The first book, the draft of the book is done. It's ready to go. It's about, I don't know, 80,000 words, almost 250 pages, unedited. That's the unedited, unformatted version. By the time it's all said and done, it'll probably be about 250, 300 pages. formatted in book, whatever. That is probably, I had intended it to be one thing. By the time I finished it and realized what I actually had and went back and did a lot more tweaking to it and adjustments to get that final draft done, I realized I think that book is probably going to be targeted at coaches, or people who are interested in understanding the mental game and the concepts behind what good health and fitness are. It is not this is keto, this is exercise. It is a process. It is basically my method for how I look at all the information that's out there, how I look at an individual, how I look at all of the things that can be done as tools and protocols and methods for getting people healthy, and bring all of that stuff together. And what does the decision matrix look like of taking all these concepts and principles, taking all the information that I have of over the 10 plus years of coaching from a nutrition and fitness perspective, and matching those to each individual person's needs. So it's kind of a blueprint for anybody to do the same thing. So no matter who you are, you should be able to take this book, understand what the concepts and principles are around good health and fitness, pick and choose the information that you're getting, and then apply that to your individual context and situation, and hopefully have a good plan on how you can move forward from where you are right now. So we talk about the concepts and principles behind health and fitness. We talk about evaluating, measuring, and making changes along the way, and all of that type of stuff. So that's what the book is about. Like I said, it's mostly done. I'm not sure if I'm ready yet to have that come out, because again, like I said, that's probably going to be more targeted at coaches or people that want to help other people. Again, it can be great for anybody because everyone needs to know that process. But not sure I'm ready for that one to come out yet. The other one that I'm working on, I was just talking with Coach Nat about this. And this is probably something both of us will be working on. And I'm not going to give too much away, but both of us, 99.9% of my clientele are women over 40. I've been working with women over 40 for almost 12 years. Okay. That is almost exclusively. I've had, over the past 12 years, I think I've had 2-3 short-term men's programs where I've had some men that I've worked with short-term, off and on over the past few years. Consistently, this entire time, I have worked mostly with women over 40. I have a long experience working with women over 40. And the main motivation that I have for doing what I do is because of my grandmother and because of my mother. And I have a heart for helping women realize their physical freedom, maintain their independence, and keep it for as long as possible. So part of that, I think the next book that we're actually going to be working on with myself and Nat together will be something specifically focused on the ketogenic lifestyle, fitness, quality of life, mindset, all of these things for women over 40. The women over 40 are a subset of women in the society that have different needs than a lot of other people. And we want to make sure that there's a good understanding of what that is and a clear understanding of what actually works, because there is a lot of wrong stuff being told to y'all, and we are tired of hearing it over and over and over. Okay. So the next set of books that will actually come out is going to be not just myself. It is going to be Nat as well. We will co-author it, and it's going to be focused at you guys. Okay. Because you guys have questions that we hear over and over and over again. And we want to answer them before you even have to worry about asking. And it will let you guys have a tool to share with your friends who are in the same situations as you, so that the questions that they have, you will have the answer ready to go, because we've already given you the answer. So that's what that next book is actually going to be. So like I said, there's a lot of projects. There's a lot of stuff going on. What's up, Michael? What's going on? All right. Coach Juju B. Juliana, what's going on, Juliana? We family now, sir. Let's see. What did she say? We family now, sir. You're stuck with me. Got a hot date with you and Coach Nat next July. That's fantastic. Hey, babe. Come say hi to everybody. Okay, Michael. What's up, Michael? All right. Juju B. Thanks, Juliana. Let's see. KVM has a question. So that just happened 2 days ago. I ate way more protein and also more fat, and today I was weighing less. Fasting and feasting? No, it's just whatever that happened in the day. Okay, you can't really make any. What's the word I'm looking for?
What are you talking about?
Some they ate a lot and then lost weight the next day. Oh my God!
Ah.
Right? she's aha! I've heard that one before. Right?
It doesn't work that fast.
It doesn't work that fast, right? So there's a lot of things that go into that, guys. One set of meals in a day, and then seeing a weight loss or change in your weight the next day. Great. Write it down. What happened the next day after that? What happened the next day after that? What happened the next day after that? We're looking for trends. You cannot make any decisions about what's happening in your body in a 24-hour period or a 48-hour period or a 72-hour period. It's got to be weeks, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days. Look at those trends, and then you can have an idea of what's actually working for you or not. Okay. All our antithetic books are on.
Oh, yay.
Melissa, Karen, Juliana. Juliana said, well, I'm stuck with her. She said we have a date. We have a date in July. Next July.
Yes.
Everybody's coming. Everybody's coming.
My hair is like a helmet right now. It was like all this.
It just blew up. It just
hairspray that was in it from the gym. And then I went in the hot tub and I went in the sauna.
She has a hot tub at her gym.
Steam room, and it's like stuck. It's crazy. So sticky.
All right, what do we got here? A trilogy, if you will. So I might have told him that my other book that I wrote that I'm pretty much done with is on hold.
Yeah.
And there might be another book coming out.
God. I gotta wash my hair.
There might be another book coming out.
I'm gonna leave the room now.
She wasn't ready for that to come out in public.
You haven't even started this book yet.
We talked about it.
But why are you talking about it publicly?
Because they asked. And they're going to hold us accountable.
I was very excited when he shared this idea with me. I said, F yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So, yeah. It is a really great idea.
Women over 40.
What's
your demographic? How many women, what's your percentage of women over 40 that you work with?
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like 99% for me.
I just told you about the shred. Mm-hmm. Only one under 40, and she's 39, and she's turning 40 in a few weeks.
So you're same as me, like 85,
so
90%.
All of the shred are 40 plus, and that's now half because I have about a little bit more than that in private clients. And I don't think anybody's under 40.
Yeah.
Wait. I have a comp prep. Yeah. I think my 2 comp prep ladies are the only 2 that are under 40.
Okay. So you're high percentage too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in case anybody's wondering, we kind of specialize in women over 40. That's what we do.
It's our thing.
40s,
all right. 50s,
this will be a fun book. This will be a fun book to write. This will be a fun book.
It's going to be awesome.
We should get our clients to contribute.
Yes.
If you're a client of ours or in any of our programs and you want to contribute to this book, let me know.
I have a file where when I get check-ins that are really poignant and I go in on my response, I save it because the content, the concept that's being discussed is so powerful.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stuff. We said it's going to be Q&A, so I will probably go back to that and pull all the questions.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, this is going to be a fun project to work on. In case you guys didn't know, anything that the 2 of us work on together, we really enjoy we have a blast doing it. And if it's anything like Antithetic was, which was an amazing success.
Of course it'll be like Antithetic.
Then the book is going to be freaking.
Oh my gosh, it'll be even better. Oh my God. It'll be amazing.
All right.
Is that
Kisses.
it?
Yep, that's it. I just want to say hi. Give me a kiss. All right.
Bye. I'm going to go back to
guys.
my movie and finish some programming.
All right. Let's see. YBM. Good. YBM starting to overwrite the idea of calories and not fear more protein. Get it. Do not fear the protein. What's up, Myra? Myra's local too. All the Antithetic folks are on tonight. I love it. Oh, wait. This is Coach Myra from Mexico. Hold on a second. Coach Myra from Mexico from the Low Carb Cruise. What's going on? Nice to meet you on the interwebs. A cookbook. Deb Akram is asking about a cookbook. I am not going to do a cookbook because you guys, it's going to be 3 pages long. It's going to be how to cook eggs, how to cook ground beef, and how to cook bacon. That's my cookbook. That lady, on the other hand, has a cookbook mostly written as far as all the recipes and everything ready to go. She just has to put it together in a book. Coach Nat's Keto Bikini Prep Cookbook, or whatever you want to call it. She just has to do it.
Keto Bikini Kitchen.
Keto Bikini Kitchen. That's
coming.
She says it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but she says it's coming.
I don't know when
either. Let's see. Michael says it's 3 digits, triple digits outside. So he's on the treadmill. All right. Get it, Michael. Michael is a endurance athlete. Let's see. Okay, that's hilarious, Juliana. Coach Nat, your arms are far more distracting than Coach Bronson's. That's funny. Nat is very excited about the book. Well, the comments we got in here. Wow, let's see. Cindy's on here. Nurse Cindy, one of my favoriteest people ever. How are you doing? We haven't talked in forever. We did not get to sync up on the cruise like I wanted to, but we need to touch base at some point in time and do something together. In case you guys don't know, go follow Nurse Cindy, ask Nurse Cindy. She has great stuff and she's amazing herself. Let's see, we got here part of the 45 crew. I keep grilling cheeseburgers for lunch. Redmond's onion salt, nice. Hold on a second. What is this comment? Jujubee, it's funny because it's true and it's postmortem. After actions are from military reports. It's so funny you say that, Juliana, because you said something to Nat about her saying she wants to do a postmortem on something, and I had already corrected her and told her that it's an after action review. It is not a postmortem. And then you said the same thing. It was kind of funny. So thank you for backing me up. I appreciate it. All right, guys. I think I said I wasn't sure I'd be able to go 45 minutes, but we're at 43 minutes and 40 seconds. So that's pretty close. Thank you for being on tonight. I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to let everybody know about my YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have actually looked through the YouTube channel. Okay. I've got a whole bunch of videos. I got almost 300 exercise videos. I got hundreds of other videos, informational videos, interviews, all that type of stuff. Check out the rest of the channel. I guarantee you there's something that you're going to find that is helpful for you or for somebody you know. So please share the word. Let people know that this channel exists. And if they have any questions about keto, carnivore, fitness, lifestyle, or mindset, that they should be here every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern and ask the questions that they need answered. Take it easy, guys.